Don't you love it when technology works? Or, sorry, doesn't work. That's how we do it here on FRR, ladies and gentlemen. What a mouth-watering prospect of a race and of, actually, the remaining of a season that we have for you. Night Owl could potentially win the championship. Round 11 here for the Tier 2 championship. We are at Austin for the USA Grand Prix. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you did hear me mention that Night Owl could potentially win the championship today. But as you know, if you have watched any of our streams, you will know that I am not the one to tell you about the stats, the facts, and the figures of the situation. That is, in fact, my co-commentator Harrison's job. So, Harrison, what have you got for us?
Thank you very much, Josh. Like you said, Night Owl can very much win in today's Grand Prix. He can win the championship if he is to do this. If he wins, and Tom Lock, who is runner-up so far in the standings, if Night Owl wins and Tom Lock is P4, that would mean that Night Owl is champion. If Night Owl's P8 and Wekaz is P11, that means that Wekaz is out of the championship battle going into Abu Dhabi. If Night Owl is P2 and Tom Lock is P7, Night Owl is champion, and Tom Lock cannot win the championship today, but can overtake for P1 in the standings if he gets P2 or P1 and Night Owl either DNFs or gets out the points. So it's very much, the odds are very much against Tom Lock here today, very much in favour of Night Owl himself. Going on to the track though, it's a 5.514 kilometre track with 20 turns, and turns 4 to 8 are S sections, which are very difficult to get your car to manoeuvre around. Turn 1 is the best overtaking turn. There's a massive straight between turn 11 and 12, and it's located in Austin, Texas. Moving on to the Constructors' Championship, Alfa Romeo are top spot right now, with Aston Martin just sitting behind by the minimalist of points, that's only 54. Ferrari are 156 points, and the Williams in 4th with only 93. So the Constructors, maybe, just maybe, could be wrapped up today. And the championship standings in terms of drivers can very much have its battle over for today. It's always entertaining in FRR. Josh, what is your predictions for qualifying?
So excited. Look. Did Rango race yesterday?
Ragnar did a race yesterday, and
So I reckon Rango's going to get. I think Rango's going to be up there. You know, that experience of having raced yesterday. This track is still very much fresh in his mind. I reckon he will definitely be up there. I reckon Tom Lock will as well. So I think we're going to go Ranga, Tom Lock, Wekaz. Whoa. Jesus. What are we thinking?
Personally, I feel like Night Owl's going to get P1. Oh. I feel like today it's going to be a walk in the park. No offense, of course, to Tom Lock, but I think, oh, never mind, he spins right there. In Sector 3, so let's hope he doesn't do that in the Grand Prix, but I'm sure he'll come back from it. And I do feel like Night Owl, he's not only going to get P1, but he's also, well, P1 in terms of qualifying, is what I meant to say, but in the race itself, he's also going to get P1, and the championship will be declared and will be over. Remember, he has to get P1 and Tom Lock has to get P4. So if he wins and Tom Lock gets third, it still carries on into Abu Dhabi. There's still a fight going into Abu Dhabi. So yeah, it's going to be tricky to see if he'll actually come out on top today. But I do think he's going to win the race. It's just dependent, really, on what Tom Lock can perform.
Yes, indeed. Do you know what? Right, I've just been thinking. Okay, for the last couple of minutes, for the last 9 minutes we've been live, I've been thinking, I kind of want it to go to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
because it would just be a lot more exciting as we see JL Moser cut the corner there, and it doesn't look like he's invalidated. So you know, this could be a purple. Oh no, he's invalidated now. He's cut the corner there, but I kind of want it to go to the last race, just because it will be so exciting, and the moment when he crosses the line will be that little bit more special than it would if he said it here.
Yeah, indeed. I do agree with you on that one. The battles that these two have had so far in the season have been quite immense. I think that's not only going to carry out into this race, but also if it does go to Abu Dhabi, that's also going to happen.
Yes, indeed, as Tomlock comes across the line with a 134 deads, taking provisional pole position. Obviously, it is very early on in the session today for Tier 2. But if you watched yesterday's Tier 1 race, you would have seen that Stocky came across the line and won the championship there. So very quickly, just congratulations to Stocky, who won Ferrari, I think he is. Incredible race, and it looks very good. We had about half the grid DNF, so congratulations to him. And yeah, looking forward to the last Tier 1 race.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think Abu Dhabi. I mean, no matter what happens today, it's not like the season will end if the driver's standing
no.
It's over. You know, we will go on to Abu Dhabi no matter what happens. To find out the constructors, which could be a little bit of an annoying one to try and have my mathematics take over, but I'll try and do it. And I do believe that it would be very difficult if it wasn't to go to Abu Dhabi. No, the constructors won't be finished today. No matter what happens today, Alfa Romeo will still be on top of Aston Martin by 4 points. If they both DNF'd Tomlock and Weckaz, and both Fixable Rhyme and Nightowl somehow got first place at the same time with 50 points. I mean, no matter what happens today, the constructors won't be finished. The driver standings could be finished. And there's one thing that's definitely for certain today, is that we're going to have some great action-packed racing.
What a link that was into my next point, which I'm trying to find. So, actually, I just want to talk about Fixable Rhyme quickly, because obviously this championship, this constructors fight is going on. Fixable Rhyme this season, he's got 70 points this season. So, if you're Nightowl and you want to get the Drivers' Championship, do you also want to go on and get the Constructors' Championship as well? In which case, would Fixable Rhyme maybe have to put in a really good performance to try and get that?
Yeah, he would. I mean, we know how Nightowl expressed his feelings, kind of, about Fixable in the podcast. Kind of said to himself. He didn't say the exact words, but in the podcast that we had, the interview that we had with him, he kind of said that he's been carrying Aston Martin, sort of. It's what I picked up from it. It's not what he exactly said.
The general gist
it's pretty much what I could pick up. Yeah. And it's kind of. I mean, I don't want to discredit Fixable as well. He's definitely a better driver than I am. But you got to feel like it is quite a bit true. I mean, Nightowl has scored like, I don't know, 90% or was it of the points for Aston Martin. So, yeah, when you have such a figure like that, I mean, it can't go unnoticed. And well, we'll have to see what happens in this Grand Prix. Maybe some more drama between the Aston Martin teammates, but I'm sure they'll be fine. But it's going to be very difficult for them to try and even close the gap for the constructors going into Abu Dhabi. So I'm pretty sure that Alfa Romeo will have that done and dusted. But the question remains, who is going to take top spot in the championship standings in terms of drivers?
Yeah. I mean, Nightowl has got 166 of Aston Martin's 242 points this season.
Yeah.
So you could say maybe Fixable needs to pull his weight, but that is quite harsh. But it's the harsh reality of league racing, everybody. Nightow's in second. He's 4/10 off Tomlock in P1 with RNG. Merit is right up there as well. Ranga, my prediction for pole position is, well, he is slacking. He's 6/10 off the pace, so please hurry up. Get good. If we look down at the rest of the grid, then yet to set a lap is Weckaz, Looney Moo, Josh, Harry, and JL Moser, who is currently sat in the patch with Bad Boy retiring early on in this session. Does he have a qualifying ban?
I'm not too sure, but what I am sure of is that I'm pretty sure that Harry did race in the Tier 1 race in the Grand Prix, actually. And I think he DNF from that race. So, granted, he is a Tier 2 driver, by all means. And that was going to be always a very difficult race for him. But we'll have to see if he'll do the same here, because, I mean, no matter race where you DNF, not necessarily going to show that you have the skills. Basically, is what I'm trying to get across. As Josh comes across the line, by the way, not the one I'm commentating with, but Joshy C
Ooh.
came across the line. P2. I was on board with him. I hope you were as well, because I saw he had a purple second sector. He was actually flying through in that lap, and he could be contention for pole here. What do you think?
Well, clearly, evidence of someone who's been practicing for this race. I mean, it would be huge if he was to get pole position. But I'm going to stick by my predictions. Tell you what, I'm going to stick by my predictions. I trust in my opinion. Let's see how we do. But it would be huge for Williams if he got pole. I don't think they've had a pole this season, have they? So.
Yeah. Also, Williams fourth in the constructors, definitely well off of the championship battle. They're pretty much battling it out with Ferrari for third place. That's pretty much it for Williams. And well, a pole position today would definitely help going towards that. But yeah, Josh, could he maybe, just maybe, shift the way we think about this championship battle? Can he cause an occurrence between the two we expect to fight? Or just maybe, will Josh have his grasp on P1, but unfortunately the grasp will slip? We'll have to see later on in this qualifying session.
Indeed, we will. And I think one of the reasons why, as he crashed into the wall, I think one of the reasons Williams are actually as high up as they are is because they have two drivers consistently racing. And as we proved in last week's FRR recap, Moser had points in every race, apart from the last race. So I think the main reason they're up there is because they have two drivers racing consistently, and I think other teams like like McLaren for example, they've only got Harry out on the field as Alpine as well, with only Looney Moo. So I think the constructors' battle is quite largely dependent on if you have two drivers or not, because I think the other teams who don't have two drivers consistently aren't quite far down, but maybe the performances have been quite good, as Wekaz sets a purple sector 1. Here we have 4 minutes left of this qualifying before we get into the race. I mean, that's flown by for starters.
Yeah. Also, I'll tell you a car who's definitely flown by. RNG Merritt set a purple second sector, about to come across the line. What's he going to get?
Who knows? Well, we'll have to wait and see, as he will come across the line and he will go second.
Oh my god, tied on the time.
Tied on the top.
Christ.
Tied on a 134.059. I wondered what that symbol was for. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That was
oh my word.
as good as a lap as Tom Lock put in. It's the only way to say it really, but
If you
Tom Lock, he boosted it 4/10 quicker for Tom Lock there.
I was about to say, if you went onto the gap leader, it literally put like the times and minus symbol. Why have you just gone?
Wekaz has spun. He had a purple sector 1, potentially a purple sector 2 as well,
God.
but he spins coming round the final few corners, and he may have to be very quick in trying to get a lap in, otherwise that is going to be a disappointing 11th place in qualifying for him. So we've had 4 drivers so far not sitting laps.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very difficult track to try and get your car to not only just keep it in between the lines, but to actually have some pace around. It really separates, the men from the boys, and it does really show. Josh.
Oh, Josh.
Whoa, he was P2. He's now P3, and now he's out.
He was on the straight, I think. There was a yellow flag on the straight, so he may have spun and then decided he's going to do this lap in reverse. But this bit here, we're watching on Harry now. This bit here of the track is absolutely awful. COTA is one of my least favourite tracks.
Well, in terms of driving on, for me, definitely, because those S's, they always make me spin. Just really does show the talent that these drivers have in this league.
Yes, indeed. So, we are now into the final 2 minutes and 25 seconds of this qualifying version. Tom Lock is into the pits, so that will be his qualifying work done and dusted with a 133.6, or he may just pit and then come straight back out. Who knows? I may have got myself.
Merritt has just got an invalid lap time there. Just was about to come round and finish off sector 1, and not only has he finished off sector 1, he's finished his time basically, and RNG Merit has to stick with his 134.0 unless he can come across that line and just about get another lap in. But for now, it doesn't look likely that RNG Merit will get pole.
Well, he's got his DRS open, so he either thinks he's not invalidated or he's trying to get to that line as quickly as possible. With 4 tenths to make up, it would have to be one hell of a lap, as I thought I saw him spin then. But he didn't. Night Owl is out on track, and I don't think he's going to make it. He may make it with just 1 or 2 seconds spare, but it will be tight for him. Ranga currently going through the first sector there, but a little bit wide, and that's going to throw his whole sector off. And my pole prediction is officially in the mud, so we'll move on from that very quickly. Josh in the Haas is in P5. He's in the pits, so he will probably stay around that area. Fixable Rhyme, the man who we said may need to pull a little bit of his weight here if he wants to really help Aston Martin in that constructors fight. He will go across the line, and he will stay P6. RNG Merit has retired from the session. Scruff is in 7th on an invalidated lap. Brewmaster has got a purple sector 1. Right, this is getting interesting now. Brewmaster has a purple sector 1, so we'll stick on board with him as he goes into sector 2. Will he be able to get pole? Will he be able to get a late pole here? Well, we'll have to find out. He opens at DRS as he goes down the main straight with a Ferrari Speedo going crazy at 195 miles an hour there. And he will climb to just about 202 miles an hour. We'll ride on board. Will he be able to get a purple second sector? No, he won't. But he is still 4 tenths, basically 5 tenths quicker than his previous lap time. I mean, you'd hope so, because he was 8 seconds off P1, which is still held by Tom Lock as it stands, but there could be a little bit of an upset here.
Yeah, but I would like to quickly swift our attention, if I may, back over to Night Owl in that Aston Martin. He's on his flying lap. This is not only a battle for P1 in the race, this is also a battle which could be so key for the championship itself, lining up on COTA, the grid here. And the question is, can Night Owl snatch pole at the end of this qualifying session?
Well, Brewmaster did put it in 4th place, so will he be able to take pole here, Night Owl? Well, we are going to see. Wekaz is yet to set a lap, so he will need to get a move on. It looks like he's just about to cross the line now, but we will stay on board with Night Owl as Wekaz will move up into P4, pushing Brewmaster down into P5. Night Owl rounds the final corner, opens his DRS, and he will go second. 3 tenths off pole position there. So Tom Lock takes pole here at Austin, but Ranga is still on a lap. When is everyone going to stop lapping? Come on, let's you've had your 18 minutes. let's move on.
DRS anyways, you know, he has that red lights blinking at the back of his car, so it's not likely it's going to be a very good lap from Ragnar. Your pole position predictions was in the mud. Mine wasn't as in the mud as yours, because, you know, I said Night Owl would get P1 in the Grand Prix. I did get that incorrect, and Tom Lock was able to show perseverance to get that P1. But nevertheless, Night Owl still got a very good lap in and was able to snatch up P2 away from RNG Merit right at the very end. It was also very interesting when RNG Merit first initially made that time with a .059 or whatever it was, and had it directly tied with Tom Lock, and then Tom Lock instantly just said, "Joy, you're way too close." Yes. I'm giving myself 4 tenths to kind of comfort myself till the end of this qualifying session. And, well, that gap was so much, in fact, that no one else could meet it.
Yes, indeed. Well, Tom Lock is taking pole position from Night Owl, from Merit in 3rd, Ranga in 4th, Wegaz in 5th, Brewmaster in 6th, Josh is in 7th, Fixable Rhyme is in 8th, with Scruff in 9th, and JL Moser in 10th. Bad Boy is in 11th, with Lulu is in 12th, 13th is Harry, we'll come to you in a second, and 14th is Josh IC.
Yes, a very entertaining qualifying session, but I've got something else that's very entertaining. Apparently, according to JL Moser, It's going to be a wet race.
Right, everyone calm down, stay in your seats. Okay, let's all calm down. Don't spill your popcorn, because that's expensive. It's going to be a wet race. It's going to be a wet race, ladies and gentlemen. Just to quickly recap on what needs to happen for Nightail to win. Essentially, in layman's terms, Tom Lock needs to finish third or above. Is
Yeah,
that basically it?
pretty much. Third or above means that this carries out into Abu Dhabi. Just needs to keep his cool. And if he's able to do that, well, it's also very cool on track as well, of course, with the red rain. Needs to keep it freezing then. Trying to keep this up into Abu Dhabi. Even if it does go to Abu Dhabi, it's still not very likely that Tom Lock would be able to win the Drivers' Championship. But hey,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
it's never.
This is FRR. God
That's
knows who could.
true.
I mean, Harry could come through and win this title. He won't. Disclaimer,
Yeah.
he won't. By the way, I want this to go to Abu Dhabi. I really,
Yeah,
really
I
do.
mean, yeah, Abu Dhabi would be absolutely insane. Just seeing, the Twilight Night glimmer across these drivers, it would be very entertaining to watch and see. But the question is, will it go to Abu Dhabi? We'll find out in the next 28 laps.
Ooh, right. My co-commentator, okay, is the king of links. All right, he just links here, there, and everywhere. It's ridiculous. You're so good at one-liners. Anyway, Tom Lock has a point. Well, not a point to prove, but he has to get his point very clear that he will not give up on this championship fight. In this race, he needs to finish third or above for Night Owl to basically carry the championship over to Abu Dhabi. Basically, RNG Merit is in third. My pole position prediction is Ranger in P4 in the Ferrari. Not great. Not great prediction. Apparently, I don't trust myself that much anymore. Anyway, Wekaz is in fifth. A bit of an interesting qualifying, really. I didn't think he'd be this low down in the order. Normally, he is quite high up, which I guess has maybe given RNG Merit a little bit more hope and courage. Brewmaster is in sixth with Purple Sector 1 on his final lap. Fixable Rhyme, Night Owl's teammates in crime, is in 8th with Scruff in 9th. And JL Moser, the man who everyone's rooting for, is in 10th with Bad Boy in 11th. I don't know why you're laughing. Looney Moo in 12th. Harry is in 13th. And in 14th we have Josh. Oh, by the way, a little bit of an apology I have to make here on behalf of my co-commentator. At the end of last week's stream, my co-commentator couldn't stop laughing, and I realised that would cause some upset to you all. He is very unprofessional. In that moment,
Wow,
he was very unprofessional.
Listen,
and
I'll admit, it
was not thinking that I was trying to perform a world-class outro as I normally do at the podium, but he had to keep laughing at. Well, if you watched the, actually no, it's not in the recap, is it? That was after the recorded.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so funny.
It was quite funny. But what is not funny is the race.
Listen, if you're wondering what was funny, it was because Moses said something funny in chat. But it did start going to be funny.
But ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 lights ahead of the drivers. Ooh. It is lights out and away we go. And Night Owl has had an absolute hooner. But more crucially, Tom Lock has got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. That must be a first this season. As Ranger's going to go into the first time. Will he be able to make the move on Tom Lock? As Night Owl, and as you can see, very up close and personal there between the two. Brewmaster has jumped up into 4th. But Josh is going to take that 4th place from him. RNG Merit is now going to move up into 4th place with Brewmaster. And, I think Josh has spun. Early drama already, ladies and gentlemen. Early drama already. JL Moser has moved up into 6th place. The fortune of other people spinning, crashing, and Fixable Rhyme having an awful start by the looks of it has put him up into P6. Bad Boy is in P7. With Rekaz going backwards in the race. Down into P8.
I saw this straight off the start, and it was instantly clear to see that I had a very poor start. Instantly. Just very, very slow. 3 cars past him instantly. He's able to get an overtake on Scruffy Dub inside of the S sections. Just down the inside he went. He was able to put himself up into P8. But the question is, can he move up some more positions against some drivers who are definitely slower than him?
Yes, indeed. Now, Tom Lock does have this drive-through penalty. No, he has to serve it. I think it's within 5 laps, or is it 3 laps?
Almost up. And just
Oh,
was a bit too
Jalmo's moved down.
eager. Yeah, was a bit too eager to put on the throttle there. A little bit of a spin, and 3 drivers are past
Oh, and he's
the
gone again.
Williams. Is he actually?
Yep,
Oh,
he's
Moser.
reverse. Oh, Moser, mate. Come on, we need these points. You need to end your season on a high. If you don't know, Moser was on 4 points in every single race. Oh, as Tom Lock pits. Tom
Yeah.
Lock pits early in this Grand Prix to serve that drive-through penalty. And
Yeah.
it will just be a drive-through. So, that is now going to move him down. He's taking it very early here, which might be wise. You don't really want that looming over you. Get it over and done with, and then he can put his foot to the floor, try and overtake the other 9 drivers who will be ahead of him, 10 drivers who will be ahead of him, 11 drivers who will be ahead of him. Yeah, 11 drivers, 10 drivers who will be ahead of him, and try and get back up into the positions that he wants to be in as Brewmaster in 4th place. Picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Indeed. By the way, if you're wondering, oh no, Tom Look's not P1 anymore. He's completely out of the championship fight. We had the same similar situation with Stocky. Actually, there was a very early safety car on the first lap even of that Grand Prix, and Stocky pitted twice under that safety car. It looked like it was over and done with, really, but for Stocky. But he was able to climb back for not only P1. In the race, but also P1 in the standings as well, and was able to secure his championship victory. So if you're thinking right now, golly gee, Tom Lock is out of this championship fight, don't count him out just yet. He's got around 6 more drivers to go to try and keep this going into Abu Dhabi. The question is, will he do it?
Yes. And also, if we ever do any FRR advertising, that should be the clip we use. Just you describing Stocky's race yesterday, because that's how exciting it can be, ladies and gentlemen. But back to the action. Nightowl is in the lead, and this is exactly where he wants to be. He will defend this position now for his life, but we will also probably be checking the race director to see where Tom Lock is throughout this race. Ranga is in P2 from P4. RNG Merritt is in P3 with Brewmaster in 4th, and Bad Boy is in 5th. So, early stages of the Grand Prix, Tom Lock already making moves as he overtakes Looney Moo going into the first turn. So he will be on a try-hard mission. He's now got 3.6 seconds to fixable run, which I'm sure he will make up in absolutely no time. But what happened to JL Moser?
Yeah, Mr. Moser just at first had a little bit, was a bit too eager to put on the throttle, and then hit it once more. He span. Eventually couldn't get back on track until Harry came past, and he's almost span again. Yet again, too eager to put down the throttle. Moser, be a little bit more gentle on that throttle, mate, and I'm sure you'll finish the Grand Prix. Wekaz getting extremely close to Bad Boy, though.
Yes, indeed, and we will quickly turn to that action, because it's content. He is very close indeed. Bad Boy in the Haas, the junior car, to the Alfa Romeo. Oh, Wekaz.
Send.
A late send there, tricking Bad Boy into maybe covering the wrong part of the track. Will Wekaz be able to pull off this incredible move? He is ahead at the moment, but Bad Boy, I think, is naturally going to get the better exit out of that corner, being on the racing line. No, he doesn't, and Wekaz will take 5th place. Can he do anything to impact the championship results, and if it will go into Abu Dhabi, or is Wekaz pretty much...
he can definitely keep it alive. He just needs to make sure he doesn't get out of the points. If that does occur, he's done and dusted with. I think right now he's still in the championship. Oh no!
Oh no! Tom Lock gains a 3-second time penalty, and has the commentator's curse struck already.
I'm not too sure, but what I am sure is that Tom Lock, like you said earlier, he's got a point to make. He's got a point to prove in that he, no matter the circumstances, will try and fight the championship until Abu Dhabi.
Yes, but this now 3-second time penalty is going to be a big one.
Where he had us 3 seconds in Austria, didn't he? And we both said that championship was done and dusted with.
We did.
and it didn't. It wasn't. I think that was actually Weeksy though in tier 1. So it's a similar situation. It's a different tier. It was Weeksy, wasn't it? Actually, how my mind a little bit of messed up there.
Oh,
So
they're all
with
the
a little
same
bit of
to
a
me, you
send
know what I
on
mean? As
Pixel.
Tomlock makes the move on Fixable Rhyme.
Yeah, but like I was saying, the similarity between tier 1 with Weeksy there, we both said the championship was over from Austria, and if Weeksy was able to attend the COTA Grand Prix, it definitely would not have been over. So Tomlock just needs to fight hard and make sure that he doesn't make any more mistakes for the rest of this Grand Prix, for the rest of these 25 laps. And I'm sure he'll come across to make sure that that Abu Dhabi spotlight is definitely taken.
Yes, indeed. And just a reminder, Tomlock needs to finish third or above to allow this championship to carry over into what would be a one hell of a finale in Abu Dhabi. And that is what I want. That is what Harry wants. And the viewers at home, that is what you should want.
Harry wants? Who's Harry?
It's what Silent wants. Sorry. That's what Silent wants. He doesn't like me
No,
saying this.
no. Listen, it's Harrison.
Oh, you like? I have a brother, and he likes. Oh yeah, he does do Harrison as well, doesn't he? Right. Anyway, Ranga retires from the session in sector 1 here with a
Safety
crash, surprisingly, and that will be a safety car is out. So, safety car is out very early on in this Grand Prix. Will we have another dramatic race? How many races do you think we'll have finished this Grand Prix? There you go. That's a strange prediction for you. Switch it up here.
I don't really know. But what I do know is that Ragnar, I mean, when I don't know what he did there. I think did he just put on the throttle too early because he was into the wall?
Don't
Basically,
know.
he retired in tier 1, and he's retired again in tier 2. So really, not a good weekdays, I guess weekdays, for Ragnar by any means. So, what was your question, by the way, for my predictions?
How many? Switch it up here on FRR. New content, new questions. How many people do you reckon will have finished the Grand Prix? What question? Jeez.
Oh, that's tricky.
And
Well,
that's
Mose is
why I
definitely
ask
crashing out. No, we know that.
Mose, we love you. We do love you, Mose.
We love you, Mose. Don't worry. But he already put in chat like he will spin a ton this race, and he has already. And when you spin more. When you spin more, you crash, and eventually that fate's gonna go towards Moser. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it. Only 2 DNFs, I reckon. I think 12 drivers will finish the Grand Prix today, despite the red rain. And the almighty question though is Tom not gonna DNF?
No, he is not, ladies and gentlemen. He is definitely not. He is actually going to take this championship to Abu Dhabi.
You reckon?
Ladies and gentlemen, yes. You might be wondering, why do we love Moses so much? Well, if you haven't heard, we do a little something called FRR Recap. And it's on our YouTube page, Front Row Racing F1, of which the link will be going up very, very shortly when Harrison can get the link into the chat. And it is a recap of our Tier 1 and Tier 2 races. Presented by Moser, myself, and Harrison. I do the Tier 2 recaps, Harrison does the Tier 1 recap. And I'm going to put a little spoiler out there. Recently, we did a little bit of a commentator. What does a commentator do before, after, and during a race? A little sneak peek for you. Apparently, it's the longest episode we had in quite a while. So that's going to be good. It's like something like we did ramble for about 20 minutes, I think. But anyway, that's enough spoilers given. So if you want to go on FRR recap, that is it in the Twitch. Oh, Harrison there using a little cheat code to get that up nice and quickly as we're in the safety car. We can promote our league. So FRR recap, do go watch it. New videos, I think, are every Friday. We didn't have one on Friday, but I think we're mashing 2. I don't know. I think we may be mashing 2 together.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I think I might, have a little bit of a sneak peek into next episode, or 2 episodes more. We might have an interview with Weeksy. Of course, unfortunately, the man who came second place in the championship, and we will most likely have an interview with the championship winner, Stocky, as well. It's just dependent on whether they have the free time. Also, if you're a driver right now, if you have the free time and you reckon, you know what, I want to express my opinions on racing or whatever in FRR recap, what I do, why I do it, blah blah blah, tell Moser. You'll be like, yo Moser, I want to do an interview for recap if you can have me. Moser will say yes or no. If it's yes, cool. You're on recap, mate. You're on YouTube. So if you're a driver right now and you're thinking to yourself, my, I want to get interviewed, just ask Moser.
But equally, if you're not a driver and you do want to get interviewed later on, you can join our Discord, which the link will also be going up in the chat in a couple of seconds time, where you can join our Discord. You can become either a tier 1 or a tier 2 driver dependent on your time trials, and you could eventually become one of the tier 1 or tier 2 racers. Also, you could become one of the staff members at FRR. We have stewards, we have moderators, we have commentators, although I think the commentators are good enough already, and many other roles like that. So if you want to join, just become a staff member. You can do that. We will welcome you with open arms, and we will find a role that is best suited to you. But if you want to become a racer, which for tier 2 next season, I think I would like to see a couple more races. I think maybe 6 more races would be very good. Then we can have a fully locked out grid. Please do join. Link to the Discord is in the chat. But we have been focusing on Tom Lock for quite a long time here while we've been rambling, so we're going to move on to the man who is in first place.
I'm sorry. I think
no, it's okay, but it's fine.
I think we're all... Yeah, I will. I think we're all discrediting a man called RNG Merritt. Now, if you recall, I mean, it feels like years ago, but RNG Merry... Merry? RNG Merritt...
It's not Christmas.
RNG Merritt, be quiet. RNG Merritt won the first ever Tier 2 Drivers' Championship. And, he is an absolute beast on track. He's a beast, ready to feast. But the question is he going to feast on Night Owl, or is Night Owl just too big of a meal to handle? We'll have to see as the safety car is coming in this lap.
Indeed. Now, what you're saying is a Tier 3 could be a 4-way title fight between Night Owl, RNG Merritt, Wekaz, and Tom Lock.
Did you say Tier 3?
No, I said a 3-way title fight.
Oh, a 3-way. Next season, if RNG Merritt keeps his attendance up, he hasn't this season, and I think he'll be the first to tell you that. If he keeps his attendance up for next season, if he attends every single race, as well as Night Owl and Tom Lock, or maybe even Wekaz as well, let's not forget, Wekaz is still in this championship battle.
It is.
Then, definitely, we might have a 4-way battle for P1 in the standings, which would be very entertaining to watch, to say the least. Hey, maybe even Mose will make it a 5-way. But it's going to be also very interesting on how is this safety car restart going to unfold.
Well, it looks like he has gone already. Night Owl will lead the races round the final corner over the line to continue the racing, and 21 laps of racing we have for you. Remember, Night Owl must win this race, with Tom Lock finishing 4th for him to be able to clinch the title this week. If not, as it looks like Brewmaster has gone for a move on RNG Merritt going into turn 1. If not, then the championship will go over to Abu Dhabi. Now, I am going to keep saying that because it's pretty much the only stat I know at the moment for this weekend, as Fix will Ryan picks up a 3-second time penalty. But it's also important that you, the viewers, are at home know, so you can enjoy the race and the situation as much as we are at the moment. Tom Lock, though, gaining ever closer to Scruff in P6. If he gets the move done, he will then be able to push up into, ideally, 3rd place, as Josh sends a move on him there, but can't quite do it. He deploys the RS, and he will try and get past Scruff going down the back straight here. Fix will Rhyme.
Almost.
Not really pulling his weight in this race so far. Will he be able to move up into the points, as someone's talking about Gerald Moser behind me, and he has made a position. Moser's up into P12, everybody, but there is going to be a fight going down here between Harry and Moser, but it looks like Harry might come out top of it, but Moser is going to fight for this one, as we accidentally flicked to the wrong driver. Moser is going to stay with this battle, but he looks like he may lose out on this corner, but will he be able to run wide and ruin that entire... Okay, thank you, Moser. And now the content settles down for a bit.
Tom Lock.
And this is where... Yeah. There he is, Tom Lock. The man who apparently I need to watch. By the way, if you guys don't know, I run the streams because, well, actually we've both just found out that it works for both of us. But I run the streams. Harrison butts in every now and again, just saying drivers' names. So if I'm not focused on the driver when something's happening, that's why. But for the best content available and to give you guys the best viewing experience at home, it's how it's got to run, people. It's how it's got to run. And to be honest, I don't think it really does change much anyway. But
yeah, I would like to say something though. Whilst Tom Lock does make that move, very good move.
Does very well done.
Tom Lock literally on that lap alone, he might have got 2 warnings in both the S's and also that first turn, because the first turn he definitely went too much on the curb than you're supposed to, and he didn't mess that one up. Did cut the corner a tiny bit, and then in the S's he definitely cut one of the S's. So maybe Tom Lock is just one mistake away from 6 seconds on his time rather than the lonely 3 seconds that he already has. We'll have to see as this lap is going to unfold.
Yes. Check race director. It might be in the race director if he's got the warnings, but he is very close to that crucial 4th place. Oh, his teammate Wekas there has a little bit of oversteer, makes a little bit of a mistake, looks a little bit hash of that corner, but he will manage to keep 5th place. So just a reminder, Tom Lock must... I think I've been disconnected from the lobby. I think everyone's leaving the session. Have you got the same?
No, I'm still on here. Everyone's still driving the same, as Weck has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Guess I'm your lead commentator for a second, as...
Well, they can't see anything.
Tom Lock cuts the corner a lot there, Tom Lock, as he's trying to battle this 3-way tie with his teammate and Bad Boy. He's going to get the move on both of them, round the outside of both of them there, as the Haskell of Bad Boy cuts the corner. Tom Lock with a fantastic maneuver around 2 cars there. Haskell going to come right back at him, though. Down the inside he'll go. Tom Lock with a switchback maneuver, but touches that Haskell just a tiniest
Harrison.
bit. Now onto the street. What is the Haskell doing? Oh my. Big mistake for the Haskell. Turned straight in on
Harrison.
Tom Lock there. Yeah?
They can't see anything.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm commentating it for you.
Oh,
Like, you know
right,
still what's
okay.
going on
Sorry, I
in the
do
lobby.
apologise. Right, anyway, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Give me 2 seconds and I
But
will get this problem
I'm
erected
telling you
for
right now. And also, Tom Lock and Bad Boy had a coming together. And Bad Boy turned in on Tom Lock, which led to Bad Boy going into the wall and blocking Tom Lock for about 5 seconds. He's dropped down from P5 to P8.
Harrison, could you just invite me quickly? Yeah, okay. Because the situation's quite embarrassing at the moment. The views are not saying anything remotely interesting. This is what my F1 looks like. Got the Aston Martin. There we go. Oh, there's an invite there.
Tom Lock is going into the pit lane, so is Fixable Rhyme. I think that's Joshy C as well. Multiple people turning into the pit lane now. That's Night Owl, Weckaz, Joshy C, Fixable Rhyme, RNG Merit, Tom Lock, Joshy C, Harry, and Bad Boy. All of those going into the pit lane. And Tom Lock is being blocked by his teammate Weckaz in the pit lane. It's gone to a disaster here for Tom Lock in COTA. And now everybody's switching onto the mediums. It seems like the track is drying up, and maybe Tom Lock's title chances is also drying up. He needs to have an astounding rest of the... He spins on the exit. He spins on the exit on the pit lane, and he's dropping down bit by bit by bit. He's going to be so far behind. Oh, Tom Lock, what have you done? Is the title over?
Who knows? And we are now back with the action. Brewmaster is in 1st place after this pit stop. Scrufford Up is in 2nd, with 3rd place being Looney Moo. This race has just got a lot more interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Lock would have to have the drive of his friggin' life
to
get back into this championship.
You can see in the Discord Tom Lock expressing his anger at Bad Boy, as Bad Boy's going to make a move on him. Down the inside they go. Maybe
Yes,
once more they'll have a coming together. It was on this straight right now, if you look right now. It was on this straight, and Bad Boy turned in on Tom Lock, whilst Tom Lock was side by side with him, which put them both into the wall. and cut off Tom Lock's time by around 5 seconds, dropping him down 3 positions. And now he's got to make up way more than 3 positions to be even within contention of being in the title fight. He's currently not. He's currently last. Sorry, he needs to get third.
Well, this race has just thrown itself into a very interesting one. What a race we could have here is it looks like Jail Moser. No, Josh IC spins and allows Bad Boy and Tom Lock to go through. Well, this has completely thrown me off. I must admit.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hello.
There's
He's
something
coming
else
in.
that's thrown me off. Remaster, I mean, everybody else is on the mediums, which you would think, oh yeah, definitely they're going to be the faster
Oh, I
tyres,
see what you mean, yeah.
tracks drying up. But Remaster is on the inters, right? There's everybody else who's on those dry set compounds, and he's just set a purple first sector. So maybe the actual dry set compound tyres are not the way to go. It might seem like it. If he gets a purple second sector, then we definitely know the answer to that. And just he does get a purple second sector.
Right, so this is either
maybe
the track's not dry enough or that glitch is back.
Maybe.
I think there was a glitch at the beginning of the game.
No.
As Tom Lock gets another
Title's
3-second
over.
time penalty.
The title's over. The title's over. It's over.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has gone so beautifully now for Night Owl. He's thrown it away, and Night Owl will probably go on to win this championship. This is interesting, well, because on my screen it looks like it's raining. Oh, he's pitting. Scrap that,
Yeah.
he is pitting, and Night Owl is in second place, and later on will be in first. And that will give him
I'm
pretty
sorry,
much.
I have to just say.
Oh, he's coming in now. Oh,
There
here we go.
is absolutely no way that Tom Lock is going to get back. There's no way Tom Lock is going to somehow still carry it on to Abu Dhabi. There's absolutely no way. I'm more than positive that that's what's going to happen. He would have to have an absolute stellar drive until the end of this Grand Prix, which I don't think is going to happen. I truly and honestly believe that the title fight for Tom Lock is over. The title fight for Wekaz is still in contention.
Talk us through what would have to happen for Wekaz to take this to Abu Dhabi.
Well, currently, right now, it would take him into Abu Dhabi. We're currently 4th place. It's 10 points. So that's 15-point gap, I think. Wait. Let me do this in my head real quick.
Let him do this in your head whilst he's talking.
Actually, this would not mean that this would go out to Abu Dhabi. Right now, Night Owl, champion of the world.
You'll have to tell me if it does change. Because I won't know, and I will go on my rant at the end talking about how well Night Owl's done this season. And I'll look like an absolute tit when he doesn't. But RNG Merit is in second. He is on the soft tyre, so you would think that he will be able to close that gap pretty quickly to Night Owl, and he is doing so far. Remaster is in third. Wekaz could potentially cause an upset. We don't know. That is to be confirmed. But hopefully he can take this to Abu Dhabi. Josh is in 5th. FRR Harry is in 6th. With Scruff in 7th. 6 Rhyme in 8th. Bad Boy 9th. 10th. Looney Moo. Josh is in 11th. Moser is in 12th with Tom Lock. It's depressing. Right down there in 13th.
I do have something to say. So,
okay.
Wekaz, if he was to get P1
Okay.
and Night Owl was to get P2,
Okay.
he still wouldn't be able to carry us out into Abu Dhabi.
Right.
It seems like an impossible dream.
So
I'll take a look in terms of if Night Owl was 3rd place, but right now it very doesn't look likely.
well, the general consensus then is that Night Owl will be the champion of Tier 2. Again, do you know what I think we should do? This is a wacky idea for league races. We should do, so you know the Champions League and the Europa League, where whoever wins the Europa League goes against the Champions League winner.
Hold on, I'm going to cut you off your idea right now
for God's
because I have
sake.
something. No, I'm just doing the maths very quickly and I need to put it in. So this is what would need to happen if Wekaz was to case on into Abu Dhabi. What needs to happen is that he is 1st place, he finishes 1st on the grid, I believe, and Night Owl would have to be P4, I'm pretty sure, to enable that. I'm going to double check it I will get back to you if it is true or not. But that is what I'm pretty sure of. Is that if Wekaz is P1 and if Nightown's P4, this goes on into Abu Dhabi.
Anyway, back to my idea. My idea was that we could have Stocky, who won the Tier 1 Championship, and Night Owl, who won the Tier 2 Championship, go against each other in like a little cheeky little 5-lap race to see who could be the overall champion of FRR, but someone else will steal my idea now. And that's probably why all my leagues have failed, because I don't have any good ideas. Anyway, Night Owl is probably going to be your championship winner, and what a drive it would be if he could keep P1 from beginning to end in order to get that. But RNG Merrick is closing him down about at 1.5 seconds in the space of 1 lap. This could be very interesting. They are pretty much the only 2 drivers who don't have podiums. The other 2 are, of course, penalty. Sorry, the other 2 are, of course, Looney Moo and Josh, down in 9th and 11th, respectively. But they don't matter at the moment. But Tomlock is on a flying time at the moment. He's in 11th. My God, would this be incredible if he pulled it off?
He's also flying up and up in terms of penalties. He's got another 3 seconds. He's now got 9 seconds to his name. I'm pretty sure, I'm certain actually, that this championship for him is over. Wekaz, though, would have to pull off a miracle.
Well, would he? RNG
Yes.
Merit could make the difference here, pretty much.
Oh my lord. I've just saw Scruffy Dub have an absolute send on Harry. Right down the inside. I mean, it's just the biggest send I've seen out of the lot through that turn. Just Scruffy Dub really, really moving up positions bit by bit by any method, by any mean necessary.
Josh spins and he moves
that's another mean.
down the order.
That's another mean of why he'd move up a position. But I feel like the main storyline right now is that. Wait, does Moser get points here? Hold on. Does
No.
Moser get points?
No.
4-5. He'd have to open up that gap by 5 seconds to Tomlock if he was to get points. So come on, Moser, get the points.
Come on, Moser. I'm knackered, by the way, and I know there's fish and chips waiting downstairs for me.
Hey, Moser.
Ooh. Ah.
I wanna know if you'll get 10th place.
If you'll get 9th place, the chart works.
Yeah.
The chart. We have a chart
He's
for
in
Moser
9th.
that we will sing at the end of next race. Yeah.
Or Harry Span.
Harry does spin
he's-
in P7 there, and surely
Yeah.
that was going to do it. Fistful Rhyme is in 6th.
Yes.
He's pulling his
So
weight.
he's not. Yeah, he's definitely putting his weight. He's not doing bad at all on track. We'll pick up the necessary points, but the Aston Martin of Night Owl is all the points that he needs to get for himself. Right now, he's champion of the world, but will it stay that way?
Find out next week on FRR. Thank you very much. Good night.
Just done and dusted. Just bye bye. No more. But I mean, I could talk about Wekaz Miracle, all I like. But I mean, the miracle won't happen if he doesn't move up. Not only Remaster, not only RNG Merit, but also Nightown himself. And then Nightown would have to drop down 3 positions, and then Wekaz would have to get a 3-second gap. No, Moser with a 3-second time penalty. But Wekaz would have to get a 3-second gap somehow. I mean, it's just impossible for Wekaz. The odds are truly in Night Owl's favour. The only way I can see this going into Abu Dhabi is if Night Owl spins or crashes.
Yes, indeed. Sorry, I had a delivery of food to my quarters. So
I don't care.
well, you've just ruined the mood again, haven't you? Did this before the stream, and you're doing it during the stream.
No, I'm joking. What you got?
Fish and chips. Well,
That is
burger and
absolutely
chips.
lovely.
from
Have
the
you got
shop.
a battered sausage?
No, because
You
I
are
don't like
so
them.
immature, mate.
'Cause I don't
You
like
are
them.
so immature.
They're minging.
You don't like battered sausage?
Nope.
No way. Nah, they're the best bit of fish and chips, man. They're the best thing. I mean, I was talking on stream about crisp sandwiches. I would like to ask you the question, right? What is a better crisp sandwich? Is it a prawn cocktail crisps in a sandwich, or is it cheese and onion?
Neither, they're minging.
They're both me. You cannot. No. Let me guess. You're a salt and vinegar lover,
Nope.
aren't you? You're gonna be a. What do you like then?
Barbecue mainly.
You are so bigging, mate.
Yeah,
Oh
barbecue
my! I
barbecue
can't believe
Pringles
you
are the
said
best ones.
no. No, listen. We're talking about crisp sandwiches now. Crisp sandwiches.
Mhm.
Prawn cocktail is supreme. It's supreme for crisp sandwiches. Listen, you get your butter on bread, you get your prawn cocktail crisps on that same bread, you put another bit of bread on top, and you eat it. It's literally the best thing ever. You cannot say Pringles over Walker's prawn cocktail. You are, wow, I can't believe you actually said that. I can't believe it. That's actually so. You are. Hold on, I need to take a moment. You just do it by yourself for a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know it's wrong because the best crisp sandwich you can make is barbecue hula hoops.
No, no.
Anyway.
Barbecue
He's been wrong with that. Anyway,
they're
Brewmaster.
underrated, but I don't think
Yeah,
they're the
they are.
best. But anyways.
You know when we got told off after the first time we did this that we waffled on too much about irrelevant topics?
I think it's very irrelevant because, crisp sandwiches are very tasty, and so is the fact that Night Owl could get the championship standings done and dusted here in COTA. He's got around 10 laps or so to go. The question still remains, and it has to be questioned once more: is he going to keep this championship done and dusted? Is he going to keep that one hand on the trophy that he's already had so far? That question still remains, but will it be answered?
Well, despite my best wishes, probably.
Did you like that transition, by the way?
I'm a big fan of your commentary, but I'm also a big fan of the prospect of the race remaining. That was awful. I butchered that one.
Yeah, that was awful. My one about Chris Sanchez was clear. It was so clear.
Yeah, all right. So right. Okay, we'll move on from my ranting. We'll move on to my Harrison rant later on in the evening. But the two Mercedes here are having an absolute mare as RNG Merit goes into the next state. Trying to get past his teammate into turn one, but can't quite. That was a dead joke as well. I've lost my touch. I used to be remotely funny. Now it's all gone to pot for me. Luli Moo is the only driver out there with no penalty. How?
But I would like to argue, has it all gone for Pop here with Weckaz? He's got very few laps left to go, but he is in third. He's slowly, but surely climbing his way up the order. He just needs to find that extra bit of speed to enable his chances in getting this into Abu Dhabi.
I really hope he does. I do.
Oh, they can't do it like that though.
No, that is not the way you go
curves.
about taking.
Yeah.
Bat sausage. That is not the way you go about taking this
It did look
championship.
like a batter sausage, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, batter sausages are just absolutely insane.
I've
just
never
like
understood
Night Owl's
that. I've
pace,
never understood
because
the
he's
hype.
4 seconds ahead of Brewmaster here in COTA, and I mean, let's be honest, that gap is only going to increase. Night Owl's pace is just insane, and I mean, how do you see this man not finishing champion of this race?
Well, I'll have you know, Harrison.
Oh, that could be that could be a reason why.
And that's a safety
right
car.
There. Yeah, RNG Merit out. Safety car is out as well. So
Explain
now,
what's happening so I can have a bit of my burger.
You know. So, folks, basically because Josh is too incompetent to not eat anything whilst commentating, I'll have to sum something up for you. RNG Merit's smashing into a wall, meaning that a safety car does come out, and that gap of 5 seconds is going to disintegrate, basically. And, well,
Yes, indeed.
in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't necessarily mean that much because of those 6 seconds. Oh my god, I've just seen a car go around. That's it's Moser, never mind.
Aww,
And so
poor Moser, man.
nice. Oh yeah. By the way, Tom Lock in chat just expressing
Oh,
his
by the way,
anger.
I'm not too incompetent, sweet. I'm a hungry teenage boy who's done nothing all day and is hungry.
Shut up.
Okay?
Right. So basically, Tom
Well,
Lock said into the chat, and he said that bad boy. I mean, you know, you can probably finish the sentence for you want. F M. That's basically it. And well, Tom Look not happy with Bad Boy. Bad
wait,
Boy responded by saying, "Calm down, mate."
NRM.
Tom Look put a skull emoji, said,
Oh,
"Nice defending," and said, "GG's Night Owl." So he's accepted the fact that Night Owl's champion. The question is Rekaz going to do the same?
well, who knows, but he is going to pit. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, changes absolutely nothing in terms of the championship, because it will most likely be this man Night Owl who will take that, not only the win, but also that championship finish. And, well, what a way it would be to seal his championship with an incredibly dominant drive.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I was messaging in chat to Tom Look because I was on board. You didn't watch it, of course, because you were out of the lobby. So Tom Look looked for a switchback maneuver, kind of hit the back of Bad Boy a little bit, just a little bit, but was still on the inside. It wasn't like it was anything abnormal. It wasn't. He did a switchback maneuver. He was on the inside, and Bad Boy. I don't know what he did, but he turned to the left, was connecting with the wheel of Tom Lock, and then eventually, because of that, Tom Lock, um, well, Bad Boy spun because he was touching Tom Lock, and he didn't ghost enough in time, so, Tom Lock just was held up an absolute ton, which meant tons of cars went by, and then, made a mistake coming out of a pit lane spinning, but I mean, after that big mistake by Bad Boy, I don't think anybody can complain in terms of whose fault it was. It was definitely Bad Boy's fault. I mean, I'm not even a steward, but I can pretty much notice that that was Bad Boy's fault. Um, but after that, when you're spinning a ton, you're getting penalties. That's not anybody else's fault. It is just your fault if you're getting penalties, Tom Look. So whilst I get your direction over to Bad Boy, I get that you're angry at Bad Boy. I don't think that you can pin all of this on him as you've got 9 seconds to your name. That is, I think, second in terms of most penalties in this Grand Prix. So you can't really be blaming it all on person when you yourself are getting penalties dished out to you correctly. In fact, the only man who hasn't got a penalty right now is Night Owl.
Yes, indeed. Now, actually, I actually want to have a chat with you about that, actually. If it is as obvious as you say it is, and Bad Boy did fully cut across, then obviously, okay, that is poor. But what you're saying about Tom Lock, is it... Okay, he's probably, today, driven with a certain more aggressiveness. Because he knows what's on the line, he knows the stakes, okay? He knows that if the
Now,
race had,
listen,
if the race had gone
I
this
know where
way,
you're
then
gonna
he
go
could
with
have
this.
gone higher up. So I think he's been driving a little bit more aggressiveness.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable, isn't it? I'm sure Night Owl's doing the same. So I don't really get your point, really, in terms of what. I mean, if Night Owl and Tom Look get side by side into a turn, they're both going to be equally as aggressive as each other. Do you think that they're just going to try and give each other the maximum amount of room as possible? No, it's because something's on the line. So, when you're talking about, oh, Tom Look was driving aggressively though, because it's a championship battle. Can you blame him?
Hang on. Hang on. I've lost what I was saying. You were saying that you can't directly put all the blame on Bad Boy for what's happened to Tom Lock. And what I'm saying is that you can probably put more of the blame on Bad Boy than you can on Tom Lock. You put most of the blame on Bad Boy.
You can in terms of where his downfall started, but when you instantly see that a downfall is starting, you can always build yourself back up easily. I mean, he was losing a couple of positions. He still had those 3 seconds. He was only 8th though. It wasn't like he was last on the grid by 20 seconds back. That only happened when he actually spun on himself when he was exiting the pit lane. So, yes, you could say that bad boy, he started all of this because of, with that mistake, but he started it and Tom Lock ended it. So,
Hmm. Well, that is how Tom Knox race has gone. Really, it has not gone well for him. He looked like he could maybe grab the championship, but now it looks like he can maybe just about grab a little amount of points today. But the championship is probably going to go the way of Night Out in this race, unless something incredible happens, which I don't think it will. As exciting as FRR is, I just can't see that happening, frankly.
yeah, I mean, this is this would have to be more than a miracle of Leicester City winning the Premier League title, to be honest. Not 1 in 5,000, 1 in 1 billion. That's all remastered instantly on the start, spinning. And falling down to Moses. Moses up into. Oh wait, no, never mind. He's lapped. I was gonna say Moses up into
Oh,
P10, but
don't
it's
do
not.
that to me, man. I love a bit of
Um,
Moser news. Wekas is
yeah,
in third.
he is.
I wasn't changing.
Now he's
Oh, bit of
second.
contact there between Wekas and Scruff. Looks like Wekas got a
Whoa!
little bit too close there, and that maybe caused the
3 seconds.
collision. 3 second time penalty for Wekas.
I mean, Night Owl has to DNF if there's any chance of it going to Abu Dhabi. Any chance.
Hang
There
on a
is
minute.
just.
Hang on. Look who's in fourth.
And he's got 9 seconds.
Fixable Rhymes got 9 seconds.
And
If he can get past Harry and pull a 3 second, I think if he can get past Harry and pull a 3 second gap, surely then this goes to Abu Dhabi.
it would. You're correct. It would.
Ah!
So there's still a big possibility, but it's just gonna be very difficult for Tom Nook to actually do. I mean,
Believe.
he's on the softs, but is Harry on the softs? I think he is as well. So it's just not in terms of who's got the better tyres. It is in terms of who's got the raw pace. As now, Tom Nook's looking for the move, looking to go down the inside. Oh, Harry, this is a huge overtake if he can get it. Round the outside, he's going to go. Switch back maneuver being performed here by Tom Nook. He's going to get the overtake done and dusted, but he just needs to finish it off with 3 second gap. And this goes into Abu Dhabi.
Oh, yes, please, dear Lord. Let this happen. It is 2 tenths. I want this to go to Abu Dhabi now.
Inside goes Harry goes. Oh, that's a dangerous move, I reckon, by Harry. I mean, you're not even alongside with him when you're going for that move. You're going way far back into a turn, which really does block off any chance of going down the inside turn one, really. It's only acceptable going side by side into turn one if you're literally side by side on the straight going into it. So Harry with a very poor and dangerous move from him, just maybe Wekas lets Tom Nook go by and just tries to fend off Harry so much so that there's a 3 second gap between the two. That would 1,000% help Tom Nook out in the championship standings. But I think the gap's already being formed here. As you can see, 1.4 now to Harry. Come on, Tom Nook.
Ladies and gentlemen,
just put it
this
just a tiny
is
bit more.
exciting. 3 seconds. Unless Harry.
Being really awful,
My
mate.
wife has been
Your
a pain
microphone's
today.
cutting out a lot. But I'll tell you what has been a pain for Tom Lock, for Night Owl himself. Harry spins and Remaster inherits P4. He's also got a 6 second time penalty. The gap hovering at around those 3 seconds as Tom Lock looks for a move on his teammate Wekas. He's not going to be able to finish off that move, and Remaster gets it between those 3 seconds to 2 seconds now. Tom Lock, mate, he's got the overtake on Wekas. And Tom Lock right now
Take the stream.
is into Abu Dhabi.
Take the stream.
What?
Do it. Quickly. Go live.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be live in just 2 seconds time. Just go live.
No, I can't.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
No.
Well, then
I
we're not going to be able
can't,
to watch the end of this race, then, are we? Fucking Wi-Fi.
Well,
man.
just try and load back in. I can just explain it. I cannot do it because I'm not logged into the account. So, get back in, mate. Unless if you've already ended the stream, then you're stupid. I don't think you have, though.
No, I haven't.
Good.
Sorry
just
about
keep
this, ladies
on,
and gents.
keep on trying to get in. But the gap is hovering around 3 seconds. Comlock just needs to push that tiny bit more to make sure Remaster does not catch up with him. This is going to go right down to the wire, folks. And it's a bit disappointing that you cannot see this. But I can assure you right now, the gap is expanding. Oh no, it's decreasing now. Remaster, he's definitely within range. That's around 2.6 seconds now. He's on. No, this is going to go downhill now for Tom Lock. Oh no, oh no, oh no. This 3 second gap is not being formed here. Wekaz is 5/10 off of his teammate Tom Lock. If Wekaz just drops off so much so that he's side by side with Brewmaster in plenty of turns, maybe that 3 second gap will finally be formed here. Tom Lock in P2, he's got 4.5 seconds to try and, catch up to Night Owl. But Brewmaster right now is disabling not Tom Lock to get this into Abu Dhabi. This is going right down to the wire, folks, as we have 2 or so laps left to go here in COTA. Is Brewmaster going to make a fatal mistake, which will be much to the excitement of Tom Lock?
God's sake, I'm
Tom
stressing
Lock.
here. This is... Oh,
And I'm sure
frozen.
Tom Lock's going to be stretching as much as he can, because this is right down to the wire. It's now 2 seconds between the two. And now you can see Wekaz is definitely dropping off to ensure the fact that he's going to go side by side with Brewmaster. He's taken my advice, and now he's looking to just hold up Brewmaster the bit more into when they can finally say, or we can finally say, that this goes into Abu Dhabi. A little bit of a spin there from Brewmaster. He's looking to go down the inside. Oh, Wekaz now side by side. Oh, Brewmaster spins! Brewmaster spins! He spins! He spins! He spins! Josh will overtake Brewmaster. How far is the gap between him and Tom Lock? It's around 6 seconds right now. This goes into Abu Dhabi. Brewmaster with a spin from P4. He's now P5. He's got to try and re-overtake 3 seconds and more to make sure that this does not go into Abu Dhabi. Right now, Abu Dhabi is 1,000% on the cards. Tom Lock, he's pushing for it all. He might get it all, as this is going right down to the wire once more. This is FRR. My oh my, Tom Lock, as we all doubted him, he's got 1 lap left to go here, or 2 left to go in COTA. At the death, can he just about get it done and dusted with? Can he get it into Abu Dhabi, where it will be the final race of the season? The scenes, if he's able to clutch it right there, would be absolutely amazing here. I'm so sorry you can't all see this. Tom Lock, though, still in P2. He's got 5.4 seconds up to Night Owl. That's quickly going down, though. Night Owl is, of course, on the medium, so he's going to be a little bit slower than Tom Lock. So Tom Lock's just closing that gap down to Night Owl as much as he can. 6 seconds is the gap to Tom Lock there for Josh. And Josh now is going to get overtaken by Brewmaster for P4 round the outside. The Ferrari will go off Brewmaster. He's able to get the overtake done and dusted. Really easy overtake there for him. Still a 6 second gap between Brewmaster and Tom Lock. 6 seconds is all he needs. 3 seconds is all he needs, even. Just is that gap from Brewmaster to Tom Lock going to decrease just that bit more? Right now, it doesn't seem likely. Right now, it goes into Abu Dhabi. This is for it all. And
I'm so sorry. You can't see this, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm trying to describe it as best as I can. It's a 5.9 second gap to Wekaz, but Wekaz has a 1 second gap to Tom Lock himself, which means that it's around a 7 second gap, which means Tom Lock would definitely 1,000% carry it on to Abu Dhabi. It's not very likely he'll win it in Abu Dhabi, but he will carry it out in Abu Dhabi. When it was done and dusted, he's had the dream drive of his lifetime, basically, to try and get this into Abu Dhabi, the last round of the season. And Brewmaster spins again. He's into the wall, and he's for the session. His back tunnel. He's absolutely him off of his car, and now the gap is around 8 seconds to Tom Lock with the new inheritor of P4 being Joshy C. There's no safety car out despite that crash from Brewmaster. Just was too eager on the throttle, and his back right tyre came off instantly as he went into the wall. Tom Lock has just come back down into P3 after Wekaz overtakes for it. Last lap. If Tom Lock spins, it's all over. It's not likely he'll spin, though, as he's going into the last few turns here in COTA. When all hope was lost. Wait a minute. No. When all hope was lost, hope has been formed once more. When all was done and dusted, at least we thought. Tom Lock has rebuilt himself to the extreme as he goes round the last turn with a 7-second or so gap to Josh. It carries out into Abu Dhabi.
Wow. I'm so sorry you can see this. I am fuming.
I mean, that
My game
is.
is frozen. The stream is still going, but Anyway, I'm sorry you can see it, but that is the drama of FRR.
I mean,
The
what on
championship
earth?
goes to Abu Dhabi. I am going to kill my Xbox, kill myself, kill my Wi-Fi, probably kill Harrison in the process.
What?
Oh, what a race. What a race. Well, what a race that we saw of it. Anyway, the championship goes to Abu Dhabi. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Harrison, thank you very much for that,
Thank you.
for covering me on those last few laps. Ladies and gentlemen, what a
Oh
race we
my
have for
word!
you at Abu Dhabi. More maths is going to have to be done now. And oh, now I can see what's going on. Excellent. Right, as we now join the lobby, thank you all very much for watching. I'm sorry you couldn't see it all. I have been Josh, he's been Harrison. More importantly, you've been you. Tom Lock has pulled off an absolute worldie here. But we will see you next time for round 12 of 12 at Abu Dhabi. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next Tuesday. Bye bye.